had so many people crowding into this area. Now, take a look at the crowd over there. That is where the cars actually come in. They have put down tape there just to make room for the cars to get down on the block. Okay, now, we just sold a beautiful 1977 red Pinto, and now take a look at this Turbo Trans Am. It paced the race. It's the replica of the car that paced the race on May 28, 1989. Now, here is something spectacular about this car that Scott Hoke and I were talking about a little bit earlier today, guys. This was the first year that you had a pace car at the Indianapolis 500 that didn't require modifications to be able to go out and create the necessary speed to pace these cars. I mean, these things need to get well over 100. Scott, you've been out at the speedway more than I have. What, 120, 130 miles an hour?
Oh, more than that.
Is a lot of times where these guys have to pace under yellow, and then they have to be able to hit 150 or 60 sometimes to be able to launch the race. Well, this car is the first one able to do it out of the box without any other type of modification.
The only modifying they had to do on this car, John, was the strobe lights, the two-way radio, and the onboard TV camera. That was it. This car, stock, was good enough to pace the race.
Well, and not only was it fast enough to pace the race, this is the fastest production Trans Am ever built, and it's the only Trans Am ever built with a 6-cylinder engine. But it's not just the ordinary V6. It is the turbocharged intercooled V6. Came to popularity in the mid-'80s, coming right out of the Buick stables, out of the Grand National T-types, and it's been hopped up and put in these Trans Ams. What's neat about this one here is it's only 1 of 24 built, has a hardtop. It's not a T-top car, and reserve is off for $18,500, and we continue our march of great Trans Ams here.
And if you are keeping score at home, 1989, and the first of a couple of winners for the great Emerson Fittipaldi at the Indianapolis 500.
But that was from the year that he got into it with Little Al on the last lap.
No, that was 92, I believe, yeah. 93. 93. Yep, 93. 92 was that great duel between Little Al and Scott Goodyear.
Oh, right at the finish, yeah. Nipped him at the wire.
And there it is. And of course, we go back to the red carpet, back to the block, and we'll check out this 1989 Trans Am, a 20th anniversary edition. We had a slew of Trans Ams yesterday, guys. Here's another one. This is less than 300 miles on the odometer for this 20th anniversary edition. A lot of PHS documentation, a lot of original stuff with it, including the owner's material, etc., etc., and the bidding already at $37,500.
Well, you know, there's good and bad about this car, guys. The good news is it's virtually brand new. With 300 miles on it, it is a brand new car. That's the good news. The bad news is it probably can't be driven anymore. You know, if you take this car and put it in service and start driving it, you're going to reduce the value and take away from the true collectability of it. This car is getting a lot of interest. This will go in for a serious collector that's collecting what might be considered, if not the top, one of the top 2 or 3 collectible performance cars. A brand spanking new pace car Trans Am.
Well, the good news is if you do drive this car and you do run up the miles, just call my brother-in-law and take care of it for you.
Guido's odometer service. How we help you?
Problem.
Yeah. Reserves on.
And the reserve has been lifted now, so this car will sell and go to a new home. The current price at $38,000. Guess who's involved in this one? George Boswell back in the back. Let's listen.
Sold on the phone 38,000. Sold on the phone 38,000.